What's up, MMA fans? Today we are catching up with Augusto Mendes Tanquinho, legend of jiu-jitsu and BJJ coach of Sean O'Malley, the new UFC champion. How are you, Tanquinho? Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Marcelo. It's my big pleasure to talk to you guys again.
Oh, my pleasure, man. And I remember back in the days when I talked to you for the first time about Sean O'Malley, and you told Alonso, this guy is special, keep an eye on him. Now he's a UFC champion.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew that. He's a hard worker. He been working harder since the early days. He put in the work there, go to the gym, train jiu-jitsu, train his striking, wrestling. I mean, he got a strength condition coach now the last years just to get him stronger. And we knew it. That guy has a lot of future for everything that we saw that he was doing in the gym. And yeah, now he's a UFC champion.
I remember also you told me back in the days that one thing impressed you about him was how hard worker he was, that he has kind of a diary that he filmed the trainings and take notes since 10 years, back 10 years, if I'm not wrong. Is that right?
Yeah, is that right? Yeah, he's always writing down everything that he done during the camp and his weight, the food, recording his sparring, watch again and see what he needs to fix it. So he's been doing that for over 10 years, I believe it, and even before he gets into UFC, just to make him a better martial artist. So now I think everything paid off, and he's still doing, he's still doing now. Every camp, he sits down with his diary and write down and comparing. So he's special for sure.
And what belt? Tell me about your relationship. How long he's been training with you and with Gi, without Gi? How you started teaching him jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, he's been training with me for 7 to 8 years now. I met him at the MMA Lab here in Arizona. Once I started training MMA, and I met his head coach, Tim Welch, too. We are all training partners. We are training together. And then I started to, I'm a jiu-jitsu guy, so I went to the MMA Lab, and then I was doing good in the jiu-jitsu sport. And then Tim noticed that I was doing something different in jiu-jitsu. They said, man, your control is different. Everything that you're doing, we never saw that here, that level of jiu-jitsu. So I want to train it to you. And they told him, like, yeah, man, if you want to train to me, come to my gym. I'll teach you. I'll help you out. But I want you to put your gi in. And he said, no, I'm gonna put the gi. You're gonna teach me the real jiu-jitsu. And he brought Sean with him. And back at the time, he told me Sean is gonna be the next big thing. And I said, yeah, let's all train together. And then started from day one pretty much. And I think Tim was a purple belt and Sean was a blue belt, but really really basic stuff for MMA only, nothing jiu-jitsu. So it's a lot of work to make them understanding about how a jiu-jitsu guy think on the ground, not just MMA to ground and pound and trying to hurt him, but also have knowledge to control the opponent just using the jiu-jitsu techniques. And they start doing that. They trust the process. I told them it's not going to be 1 year or 6 months. You guys are going to be good. It's going to be a long term. And they believe it. They trust it. And now you are here. Now Sean's a brown belt. Tim is a black belt for about, I would say, about almost 2 to 3 years. He's a black belt. He owns a jiu-jitsu academy, which he has like many students. And I mean, I'm happy and proud of those guys.
Very nice. I remember back in the days when you came to Arizona. Arizona was not a famous sport for MMA. Now there is any Cejudo, you and team, and also MMA Labs, and all
Yeah.
those guys are training closely. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, back in the time, no one was here beside the MMA Lab, which they had the Benson Henderson, which was the UFC champion back in the time, and then they start to getting more people and more people, and they start to growing the MMA community here. And still now they have like a tons of great athletes over there, for wrestlers, jiu-jitsu guys, strikers, or people just traveling to go there doing camps. You have that all the time too. Every week that I go there, I see a new face. Someone's just showing up to do a camp and stay there. And of course the sport grows more with the Sean and Cejudo, and I mean they bring more attention to here, to the desert. It's not just boring to stay here, but we have a good training.
And talking about all the rivalry in the desert, I remember back in the days you told me a history about the beginning of the rivalry of Sean O'Malley and Henry Cejudo. In the day Cejudo brought Pantoja to train with O'Malley. Tell me
Yeah,
about that again, please.
that's I think that's how it started. I don't know. Maybe Cejudo is just trying to get us some of the hype of Shaw and then start talking shit, all that stuff. But back in the time, he brought Pantoja to do a round after the MMA Lab. And Pantoja, if I'm not wrong, he was doing his first or second fight in the UFC. And Shaw was like a 1-0 pro, super skinny, and they put them to spar, and Sean dropped hand on, and then I mean he has everything in video, and then I think since there, Cejudo started to be a little bit more salty with the Sean, and I mean they were trying to put them back, doing all that kind of stuff to happen on the sparring, and but since then I think he never trained anymore on the lab, and he never came back or brought anyone to train there anymore, but that's what happened, you know.
And who do you think is going to be O'Malley's next opponent?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who Sean's gonna pick. I think he has the power now to pick who he wants, but also what the UFC wants and what the fans wants to see. I knew what he was going to sit down with the UFC, and I think he did in the last days. So I haven't talked to him to see what they're gonna come with, but he wants to fight in December. I don't know if he still want to do that because his injuries. So just make sure he has all the he heal up for everything that happened to him during his last camp. And but I don't know, whatever he. I mean, I'm confident to anyone that he picks. You know, if you want to fight Cheeto, you got Cheeto. I mean, I think it's going to be a massive fight for the fans, and in terms of money, that's going to generate the most money for the UFC, for Sean, and for Cheeto. But if you want to go to Mirabi or Aljo again, I mean, we confident, you know, we confident that he can win any of those fights, you know, or even Pantoja. If Pantoja wants to come up from the 125 to 135, yeah, I mean, we take it. So
Do
whatever
you
he
think?
wants.
Do you think many people are comparing him with Conor McGregor? Do you think O'Malley may be the next Conor McGregor?
I think so, man. He's been showing over and over again that he's following that steps, and the way that he carries himself, the way that he sells, the amount of money that he makes, and even the finishes, the way that he predicts the finish, and then that's like what McGregor did, and McGregor, he was a big fan of Conor McGregor. I'm a fan of Conor McGregor. I think what he did into the sport is unbelievable, and then we need to get and copy everything that he good that he did, and I think Sean is doing that now, you know. So I think it's a good comparison, and yeah.
Oh, nice. Tanquinho, you're a legend of, I was seeing BJJ Heroes today. You fought the biggest names. You are among the biggest featherweight of all
Yeah.
time for sure. But you fought Mario Reis, you fought Ruben Charles Cobrinha, and you also fought Rafael Mendes, which are three very big names.
Yeah.
How is the score with those guys? Let's say Cobrinha. How is the score? You and Ruben Charles Cobrinha.
I first of all, I was really fortunate to fight in this generation because I believe I fought the top three guys on the featherweight division, the best guys of all times. They were all on the same generation, and I fought in that generation, which was Cobrinha, Rafael Mendes, and Mario Reis. But with the Cobrinha, I believe we fought 6 times or maybe seven, and I think it's 3-3 or 4-3 or something like that. Now,
And what about Mario Reis? What about Mario Reis?
Mario Reis we fought twice and I beat him twice. And I had good victors over him, so that was
And,
good.
and Mendes, Rafael.
Mendes, I'm the only one that have more victors than defeat. So we fought 3 times. I beat him twice, and he beat me once. Any other jiu-jitsu player that he fought, he beat everyone more than he lose. I think the only one he beat him was Cobrinha. Cobrinha, I think he beat him. I mean, 2 or 3 times, but he lost like 7, 8 times. So
Amazing.
I'm ahead of the score.
Great, man. And tell us, American fans of Sherdog, that's visiting Arizona, you just opened a new academy, 13,000 square feet. That's true?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, a brand new facility, the Soul Fighters headquarters in Tempe, 13,000 square feet, super complete facility with a big mat space. We have a cage, have bags, a second training room, our locker room, showers, everything. So we have all the class, jiu-jitsu, gi, no gi, Muay Thai, MMA. So we are dominating here for sure.
Thank you. It was a big pleasure to have you here, Tanquinho.
Alonso, thank you so much. Everybody from Sherdog, thank you so much. If you guys want to visit, just come over here and everybody's welcome.